The film opens with a young man named Julian. He is a musician and always brings his favorite guitar wherever he goes. At that time, Julian and his parents left America for a vacation to Belgium. Unfortunately, this trip was less than pleasant for Julian because he had just experienced a breakup. His father tried to cheer him up by introducing him to the women there, including the receptionist of the hotel where they were staying. Not wanting to see his son always sad, Julian's father asked Julian to immediately find a replacement and marry her, considering that Julian was also old enough to build a household. Initially, Julian thought his father's words were just ordinary chatter. But in the end, his father gave him the address of a restaurant for him to visit, where Julian could easily find a partner. That night, Julian finally visited the restaurant, which was called Taboo. However, because he arrived near closing time, the restaurant was only left with him and the owner of the place, a woman named Barbara. Barbara then served a typical Belgian dish to Julian, but he was confused about how to eat it. Barbara showed him how while getting closer, making Julian even more attracted to her charm. After that, Barbara tidied up the restaurant because it was about to close, but Julian instead seduced Barbara by singing a romantic song to her. After that, they went home together, but instead of going home straight away, Barbara instead invited Julian to go together to an inn and make out until morning. The next morning, Julian excitedly told his parents what happened last night. His father then asked who the woman was that had made him fall in love. Proudly, Julian said that the woman was the owner of the restaurant named Barbara. Hearing this, his father was very surprised, because it turned out that Barbara was someone he had known for a long time. At first, his father was reluctant to reveal the truth. However, because Julian kept pressing, he finally admitted that Barbara was Julian's biological mother. Hearing that, Julian couldn't believe it and was angry with his father.
What are you talking about? Is your real mother?
After that, Julian's father met Barbara and told her that the man who was with her last night was his own son. Hearing that, Barbara was also surprised and seemed to not believe it. After that, Julian and his parents intended to leave there and return to America. But when Julian wanted to get on the train, Barbara appeared and called him. Julian then decided to stay there and be with Barbara, even though their relationship now felt so strange after knowing the truth. However, because the feelings between them were so strong, they finally stayed together. And the film ended.